The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Arctic Fantasy. They bring offer for new customers. Play just $5, get $100 bonus funds. Use promo code MLB SGPN. And welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It is currently Friday afternoon, October 3rd, around 1 p.m. Eastern. Bit of a weird schedule for baseball because we have no games today. Bit of a day off. It is the one day in between the wild card round and the divisional round. We're going to break down the series and the 4 games taking place on Saturday. Here, Scott Show once again joined by Lonte Smith. Lonte, how's it going with you? Pretty fun collection of elimination games yesterday. Luckily, our team won, but either way, pretty fun day of baseball yesterday.
Yeah, man, it's going good. We got some good series coming up. I thought the wild card was entertaining. At least, only one game only one series was a sweep. So, competitive, and that's all you can hope for. You had some rivalry games. You got some rivalry games in the divisional round. So, a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it as well. MLB playoffs usually always deliver for the most part.
Yeah, definitely saw a decent amount of pitching duels, and we saw that in pretty much all the games yesterday, with the exception of whatever the bullpen was doing for Cleveland in that Game 3, because that game looked like it was going to be a very low-scoring 2-1 type game. Then Dingler homered, the game went off the rails, and the Tigers ended up winning 6-3. The Cubs won 3-1. Controversial umpiring behind home plate, but either way, the Cubs held on to win, and the Yankees got a great performance from Schlittler as they ended up winning 4-0. So if you actually ended up betting the run line and you picked the right team, a lot of good prices for you in Game 3. Yankees were plus 150. I actually had that. That worked out pretty well for me. Thought the Guardians would win. They did not. And San Diego no-showed another elimination game, which is pretty on brand for the franchise. But I'll ask you, though, just to go down the line quickly, anything stand out to you that you want to talk about?
Just the pitching that's been on display. Typically we know what to expect in late September, early October with some of these, pitchers up in their level of intensity and the offense kind of not catching up. I think the only offense that really kind of just showed consistency was the Dodgers. And what a shocker. The Yankees were, kind of hit or miss in certain spots. I thought they didn't take advantage of some things that they probably could have, and they're going to have to in this series we'll talk about in a few. But overall, the pitching duels have been incredible. Credit to Detroit for bouncing back after folding to end the season. Definitely credit to them. I think we both were on the same page thinking that Cleveland kind of got out of that one. But yeah, the pitching has been the story. A lot of unders, not a ton of overs. So, hopefully we see a little bit more excitement in this round as far as the offenses. But again, excitement is, I guess it's dependent upon what you deem exciting. Some people like pitching duels, some people like offense. I'm a person who likes a little bit of both, so I can appreciate both.
Either way, full of drama, which has definitely been fun. Have to mention Schlittler's line, though. It's an all-time great start, one of the best playoff debuts of all time. Schlittler, 8 innings, 5 hits, no walks, no runs, 12 strikeouts. It is an all-timer. Nothing else to really add, whether you're a Yankee fan or not. You can just appreciate good pitching. Boston never stood a chance in that entire game. At the end of the day, early was pretty decent in the first couple innings. Yankees got to him. I believe it was the second time through the order. And you had the really solid number of at-bats for the Yankees that second time through. The big hit was the Wells single, which drove in 2 runs. They're already up 2-0 anyway, which turns out was more than enough, but we didn't know that at the time because Schlittler was going to dominate the entire game. But for a playoff debut, I believe he's never had 10-plus strikeouts in any game at any level, and he had 12 in his first ever postseason start. Yeah, the Yankees might have a problem on their hands, or other teams might have a problem because that rotation might be filthy. If you get Cole back, you have Rodon, you have Fried, you have Schlittler, and even if you want to throw in some of the other guys that got injured earlier in the year, that rotation is potentially disgusting for years going forward. But Schlittler looked really, really perfect. I got nothing else to add for him.
Yeah, he did, man. He looked a lot like young Garrett Cole, to be honest. A lot of 2-seam, a lot of 4-seam power pitcher. It wasn't a lot of it wasn't a lot of smoke and mirrors. He just kind of, reared back and let batters have it. So
he had 101 numerous times throughout the entire game.
Yeah, so. And I mean, you saw it early. He was dialed in. I was, credit to you though. You said I was the one who said like I would pitch Hill and not Schlittler. So yeah, credit to you for that.
Hill might go game one in the DS. We'll talk about that in a second. It's either him or Warren, but the point is it's going to be interesting. But Schlittler had to go in game 3, and he shoved.
Yeah, he did, man. He credit to him. I thought the catcher caught a great game as well. Got away with some stuff that probably shouldn't have, but at the end of the day, man, what a hell of a performance.
Yeah, Wells caught a good game. He had the big single. He worked a great count to get to that single. Overall, the Yankees did enough to win, and they were able to score 4 runs without hitting a home run. So congratulations to them. That's something I'm not used to seeing. The Tigers, of course, nice win by them to have a massive collapse, then to face the same team and win. That's pretty funny. As for Cleveland, it's on brand. I mean, your baseball team never wins anything, and you lose again because you can't score, simply put. And the other one is the Padres, who I know Mason Miller was crazy the entire series, but you traded a top 5 prospect in all of baseball for a reliever when your team's full of choke artists at the plate. I mean, that's basically how it goes, isn't it? I mean, I got nothing else to really say. Tatis was horrible. Yep. Machado had a home run in game 2. Besides that, he did nothing the entire series. Yep. Tatis was awful, objectively speaking. He was terrible.
Been awful. Yeah, he's been awful in the postseason for a while.
So the Padres are losing early. I thought they might win the series because I wasn't really sold on Chicago either. We'll mention the Brewers series in a second against the Cubs. But San Diego showing another elimination game. Yes, the umpiring didn't help at the end, but in hindsight, this is what the Padres do. Is that a fair summary of their franchise so far?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you can't throw Darvish in that must-win spot. I can't. I don't care what you have to do. You can't throw Darvish. I mean, you can. Yeah, that was. He couldn't even. What did he get? 3 outs,
give or take. You could argue Michael King should have gone.
Yeah, you can't pitch Darvish. Yeah, you can't pitch Darvish. I mean, so that's on the staff for getting there. But I mean, overall, just didn't do enough. I thought Chicago. Who played Dansby Swanson was incredible.
Well, Shield gave him a shout out in the post-game presser saying that Swanson's defense beat them.
Really, he did.
Yeah, he did. He said that, which I don't think he's wrong with. I think that Swanson was objectively great in the field. Yeah,
he was amazing.
I'm not a fan of his bat, but when you field that well, who cares? Yeah. Shout out to Michael Busch, though, who also had a big home run in that final game. But I do want to ask you, though, just based on the series that we ended up seeing in the wild card round, did any results surprise you out of the teams that actually won? Were you shocked at anything? Because I thought San Diego might win, but I thought it was a pure coin flip the entire series. I really didn't see much of an edge. I thought the Guardians would win. I thought whoever won that series would lose to Seattle anyway. We'll mention that in a second. And I did think the Yankees would beat Boston. So, and Dodgers, of course, I thought would sweep. So that was just not even a thought in my mind. Anything surprise you at all?
Nope, nothing at all, man. Nothing at all. I think the only thing that was, I thought Cleveland would show a little bit more fight in that game 3. I mean, they kind of got you pretty much know when they get down early, it's pretty much curtains.
Yeah, Detroit stranded a bunch of guys on base again. You said, all right, Guardians tie the game at 1.
Yeah.
You figure, here we go again. Detroit to bring in the bullpen, they'll blow the game.
Yep.
And then I thought that Cantillo was actually pitching pretty well.
Yeah, he was.
Diggler took him deep, and then the entire bullpen fell apart.
Yeah, Flaherty pitched well for Detroit. That was probably the biggest surprise of the whole thing, him pitching well. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, I thought everything that we talked about was pretty spot on. The Cubs are intriguing. I will say that Taillon was solid. Mm-hmm. Imanaga still, kind of like
Imanaga's been their weakest link in the
rotation. He's been like up and down. But
and a reminder, Horton didn't even pitch, so we'll see if Horton can come back at some point.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, nothing really surprised me, man. I mean, I thought it was pretty cut and dry. If I'm not mistaken, what outside of 3-1 favorites, right? Except for Detroit was a slight dog. Yeah, so
Detroit was a dog. The Cubs were favored because they were the home team. So right. Yeah, it was shocking.
Yeah, so yeah, it was nothing really. It was nothing really too crazy. I mean, the pitching was just amazing for everybody, I thought. So yeah, just looking forward to hopefully some more intriguing series with these divisional rounds.
Yes. Last point I'll make, though, shout out to the Yankees. They were the first team in this new wild card format to lose game 1 and win the series.
Oh wow!
First time that's happened. I believe that they are now 1-15. So it was 0-15. The Yankees won. So nice job of the Yankees there. But either way, we move on into the second round. Before we get into the actual divisional round preview, a reminder that you can check out the SGPN app for all of our free picks and podcasts. One easy location instead of having to dig through all the separate YouTube channels for the podcast feeds. No need. Go to the SGPN app, get all of our picks and podcasts for free in one easy location. So moving on to the actual series. So we're going to start off with the Cubs and Brewers. Brewers, we know, were the 1 seed in the NL and in the majors, actually. However, not a big favorite for this division rivalry. The Brewers are minus 125. Cubs are plus 105. To be honest, a lot of these money line numbers for the series are actually reasonable. So we didn't really need to do many spreads. If you wanted to, we could, but no need at 125. So we'll mention game one in a second. This is the series breakdown first. I'm shocked it's only 125. Horton is still hurt. San Diego, we know, chokes every postseason. The Cubs won. They weren't great offensively, but they found a way to get by. The Brewers, I know, were coasting for the last couple of weeks, and they have some injuries as well to Woodruff, etc. 125 feels very, very cheap for the 1 seed in the NL. Mm-hmm. I thought this would be 140, maybe 150. 125, am I missing something?
Yeah, I thought it would be like 150 as well. I mean, I guess you can think of the rest versus rust thing, but I mean, I don't really buy into that into other sports. Yeah, but baseball, I mean, not really.
Do you think the Cubs are like a very good baseball team? Because I think that they're fine.
I think they're solid. I just don't trust their pitching, and I think we can rely on Milwaukee and how they win games. Chicago is kind of like I wanted to bet on them, but just I can't trust the pitching. The bullpen has looked better. I think Keller's been fine. This postseason.
He was a mess last night, but they got by.
Yeah, he's been fine overall though. Like to close. I just can't trust Chicago. I mean, Milwaukee is just a superior team to me. I mean, 125. You're like that's really short, which is odd to me because you're gonna throw Peralta. You're likely gonna throw. Peralta goes 1 and 4? 1, 4, 7?
Well, there is no 7. It's only 5.
Yeah. So, I mean,
you could argue maybe 1 and 5, and depending on if you're facing an elimination game in 4 or not, you might save him for 5.
Yeah, that's fair. So, I mean, you're going to get 2 looks at him. Probably will be at home if everything goes right. Brewers offense travels. Chicago kind of iffy. So, yeah, I thought this was a bit short as well.
For the record, Chicago was 3 over on the road this season, 42 and 39. For Milwaukee, they were 52 and 29 at home. But I thought minus 120 felt offensive for Milwaukee. I mean, you win 97 games. You're the 1 seed in the entire postseason.
Incredible at home.
You're only laying 120. I know the Cubs won 92 games, not to scoff at their overall record, but they don't know who their starter is for game 1. Because they went all 3 games, and a couple of starters only went about 3-4 innings anyway. Boyd, Tyone, they didn't go much distance. I don't know how great you feel about their rotation.
I don't like it. I mean,
he had 3 hits last night, but do you trust the lineup entirely? I really don't.
Nope.
So I like Milwaukee in the series. Yep. I don't think it goes 5. I think Milwaukee wins, and I'll give the Cubs 1. I got Milwaukee in 4.
I'm gonna be honest, man. Depending on how they,
it might be a sweep.
Yeah, I mean, depending on because what do they do? Go Horton and
assuming Horton's healthy. By the way, I don't know when he's coming back.
Yeah. So, but even if he's not, like, who do you pitch?
For the update, by the way, Horton is still on the IL.
Okay,
so he's going to be out minimum another couple days.
Yeah, so he's done.
He's eligible for reinstatement August 10th, so he can come back for Game 5.
Yeah,
but he's missing basically the entire series.
Yeah, he's done. I mean, I just got too many questions about it. And if you get in the hole early with Milwaukee and they get that momentum going, I don't really know if they can sustain, like, coming back from, a game or two, because
their lineup is so deep. The bullpen's really good. They are very complete.
Yeah, I think one player will have a breakout is Bryce Terang. I think he'll have a really good series. I mean, he finished strong down the stretch. He got moved up in the order. I think he was batting 5, if I'm not mistaken, later in the season.
He showed some power off, which we didn't know he had.
Right. And so, I mean, the Milwaukee is just so good, man. As long as they can get, something after Peralta, which I think Peralta will go fine. Yeah, I mean, I think this could be 3-0.
I think it could be. I'll give the Cubs a courtesy game in Wrigley, but I do think that the Brewers are going to win the series. So if you wanted to go for a potential spread, you can get the Brewers minus 1.5 games at plus 175, which I think is a great price.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to the next. Actually, no, we got game one we got to talk about. So for game one, you have Milwaukee, who's minus 155. You have the Cubs at plus 130. For the over-under, I see 7.5 or 7. I like Milwaukee in this game, simply put. I don't know who's pitching for Chicago, but Peralta's been objectively solid. He pitched about 2-3 innings in the final game of the season because nobody cared. But ERA in the home starts this season, 1.77 ERA. He's been a monster. I'll take Milwaukee in game one.
Yeah, I like Milwaukee as well. If you can find Milwaukee to win game one and the series, that'll be a good price as well. It's just like it doesn't make sense to me because
it's plus 120. It's plus 125.
Yeah, they're minus $1.55 right now, which probably should be the series price. Likely will be favored at home again, probably in the minus 120, 125 range at home. So like I just can't get to I can't get to 125. I don't know where that number came from, especially with the Chicago, like the top end of their rotation going late because they win all 3 games. This is a slam dunk for me. I'm laying the run line as well with Milwaukee. I think they come out on fire. Look at their team total over. I mean, those fans will be into it. Obviously, rivals, not too far separated.
Location-wise, yeah.
Yeah, location-wise. So, yeah, man, I think Milwaukee comes in and delivers big.
Yeah, I do want to point out, though, just for the actual convenience of it, best price for the run line is plus 140. I see plus 150 on Fanatics. So there you go. I find it weird, though, that Milwaukee, with all the pitchers they have compared to Chicago, will the Cubs have a starting advantage in any game? Because I don't know if they will. I know Priester's kind of a question mark with his playoff lack of history.
Yeah, but they win. They win with
They win every time he pitches.
They win with him.
I don't know when the Cubs will be favored, besides maybe a random home start.
Yeah, Imanaga will be favored in game 3, probably.
He's been terrible for a month and a half.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be favored.
Yeah, I mean, awful. But Milwaukee's third on the road. Who do you think their third is? Do you think they throw Priester second, right?
For Milwaukee or for Chicago?
I think
Quintana.
Quintana, yeah. I'll go. Yeah, Imanaga will be game 3 probably, right? Because he pitched in game 2. So
I have to imagine because he went 4. He's been really bad.
Right. Yeah, I just think name brand bias.
I don't think you can use him in Milwaukee.
Yeah, exactly.
At least for Wrigley, you can hope the wind cancels out the home run problems.
Game 3. That's why I said they probably will be favored in game 3 with Imanaga and Quintana.
Yeah. So
you like Quintana more than me, but
I think Quintana's a playoff gamer. He's proven time and time again he's good in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That matters.
Yeah, it does.
Some guys you go look at and you don't know how they're successful, but you kind of want them in a big spot. And Quintana last year at the Mets shoved.
Yeah, he did. I will give him that. I'm just not his. I'm not his guy. I don't know. No, especially.
I get it. His stuff's not that great, but he just finds ways to eat innings.
Yeah, that's fair.
So there we go. Anyway, before we get into the other series we got to talk about for the divisional round, reminder they're brought to you by our sponsor, which is MyBookie.ag. So using to bet on football, they have college football as well. They have baseball, of course. The prop builder second to none. They're not simple. Bet anything, anywhere, anytime. Use crypto for deposits and payouts when you sign up for a new account. Use code SGPN 400%. Bet back bonus $500 for your customers. MyBookie.ag promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig, which is America's #1 sports market. And since Novig is an exchange, we're getting some great prices in the market compared to sports books. It's available in a bunch of states, 35 plus to be exact. Download the app. And we have a nice deal with Novig right now. When you do sign up with the code SGPN, you'll get a $50 when you spend just $5. Once again, on the actual Novig, promo code SGPN, spend $5, get $50 in bonus funds with the promo code SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through the Cubs and Brewers series and Game 1. Time to move on into the Yankees and Blue Jays series. Now, interesting series line. Toronto, we know, is the higher seed. They are the home team. And yet, the Yankees are minus 150 to win the series. So a lot of faith being put in the Yankees. The fact is they were able to win 2 elimination games against their arch rivals. Those were at home. This is a road series, of course. But if the Yankees do steal one, they have a chance to win the series, of course, at home in potentially 3 or 4. But the point is, for this one, Yankees laying 150. We know Toronto, the regular season, was not kind to the Yankees in this matchup, as Toronto was able to win 8 of the 13 meetings. I will point out the Yankees, though, did win the last 2 meetings in Yankee Stadium, so they have been pretty good recently. But Toronto's been a thorn in this team's side. Then again, so was Boston, and the Yankees won anyway. So I don't know if that actually matters. We saw playoff baseball different than regular season baseball. Shout out to the Guardians. But I'll ask you, 150. I understand why the Yankees are favored based on overall talent and payroll, etc. I thought it was expensive. I thought 130 sounded about right, maybe 125. I would have flipped this line with the Brewers line.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, 130, 125, 130. That's what I would want to lay.
Do you think 150 though sounds accurate, or do you think that that's a little bit excessive?
I think it's about right when you partake in all the Yankee money that they probably have in like futures and different things like that. So it's probably right from the bookmaker standpoint. But I thought it would be closer to like 125, 130, especially with Toronto being good at home. But
yeah, they've been very good at home.
Yeah, but I mean, it's simply put, like, do you trust Toronto's rotation? Like,
no.
Like you can't trust their rotation.
I don't trust Hoffman in the ninth inning either.
Yeah, but do we trust the Yankee offense to kind of string together some things on the road in a matchup that they haven't, generally been successful in? So the Blue Jays are. I think the Blue Jays are in a good spot. I think they have to win game one. To be honest with you, Gausman he's probably their ace. I'll put ace in quotation marks.
He was really bad in the final regular season game when they needed him. They won anyway because they scored a bunch of runs, but he was really bad in that start. I want to mention his starts against the Yankees, though. I don't want to fully segue into game one yet. Up and down, he had 4 starts against the Yankees, 3.97 ERA, and they ended up, once again, having a pretty, I'd say, average collection of starts from Gausman. Some good, some bad, but yeah, if he's your number one, Barrios is hurt. I know he was a mess anyway. You do have some rotation problems. Yeah,
that's the biggest thing. I mean, their pitching staff combined for the highest home run rate among all of the postseason teams, so that's not good. But can the Yankees capitalize? I mean, the Yankees have been inconsistent offensively throughout the last month and a half. Well, they were good for a couple of series, but they would have duds here and there. But Toronto's got to have their top guys play well. I mean, Vlad, with runners in scoring position in the playoffs as a whole in his career, 3 of 22 with 1 extra base hit. So he has to show up. I think Springer is a big sigh of relief for them.
Against the Yankees, definitely, because Springer's kicked this team's ass for his entire career.
Exactly. So that bodes well for them. What doesn't bode well is Judge absolutely loves playing the Toronto. I mean, I think he's played over 130 games. He's got a 300, 425, 97 slash line with 41 home runs. I mean, he's been amazing, and you mix that in with the pitching staff. With the pitching staff that Toronto has, it's up in the air. I think this goes down to the wire, to be honest with you. So I would bet the over on games if you could. I think it goes 5, and we'll just have to see who wins it. But I don't trust the pitching for Toronto. The Yankees are not good in one or close games. 1 or 2 run games, they're 35 and 36. So if Toronto can keep it slow and keep the offense, to a minimum, they might have a shot. But I think I'll just pick the Yankees to win. But I don't want to bet that price, though. I don't want to bet that price.
I don't think there's any value on the price. I don't want to point out a good sign for the Yankees, even though Judge did go 0 for 3 in the game yesterday. 364 batting average against the Red Sox. So he actually did pretty well. It was all singles, but you know what? We'll take it. On base percentage above 400. I mean, you take that for his playoff career by
clutch hits too. Clutch hits. He had the we couldn't rally for the in game 1, but they got on with
they gave him a hit with the Duran error, which was a clear error in my opinion.
It was an error. But
he had a couple of singles. I mean, Stanton was awful, but he had the double where he showboated and then realized, crap, I got to get to second base.
He was really bad. He did the Nick Young.
Stanton's usually a very good playoff player. He was not good in the series against Boston, but he had a double. He had a walk late. He started to see some things. I thought Wells was actually a lot better as the series went on.
I thought Volpe was good in the field.
Volpe also had the big opposite field RBI, which was nice. But I'll let you. Wait, what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, Toronto, if they can keep it close, man, if they can get anything from their rotation, I think this will be a competitive series. I obviously think that all of the games will be competitive. I mean, they just I just don't trust anybody. Gausman, okay, if you tell me Gausman shoves, all right, that's fine. But Anybody else, I'm questioning.
Define a shove by Gausman, because I see a realistic.
Well, I mean,
six innings, 2 3 earned.
Yeah, if he can give 2, that's perfect.
Let's say 2, 6 innings, 2 earned.
Yeah, if he gets 6 innings, 2 earned, they should be able to win that game. Yeah.
So the problem is after that you have serious question marks in that rotation.
Exactly.
And I don't even know who they're going to use. Like, I'm looking at the names here. You got Bassett, obviously, who's going to go, who I think has to start at home. I'm assuming Bassett will be their game 2, but we know that he was on the IL. He hasn't pitched since the 18th, and now he's probably going to be your game 2 starter. So that's my guess, especially with him having a 2.7 ERA at home and a 5.4 ERA on the road. I got to imagine Bassett's pitching game 2.
Yeah.
Scherzer's been god-awful. Use Lauer maybe? Like, I don't know. I really don't know, but Bassett probably is their game 2 starter, and he's off the IL. So you have some questions.
Yeah, that's tough. They're in a tough spot because they got to win early, because you don't want to get those Yankee pitchers at the top of the rotation. You don't want to get Fried, Rodon, and Schlittler. Like, they're coming. So you got to get one of these 2 at home. Have to get one of these 2.
And for the series prediction, I am going to go Yankees. I picked with you, actually, coincidentally. We picked different teams winning the whole thing. We both have Yankees-Dodgers.
Yeah.
Again. And they both survived the first round.
Yeah,
so
feel good about it.
Feels good so far. Dodgers are favored in their series. I'll get into in a second. But the point is, if I'm picking the Yankees to win the AL, then I'm not going to pick Toronto in the series, because this is exactly what I thought was going to happen. So I'll go Yankees. I'll go 5.
Yeah.
I think they go into Toronto and win game 5. But segueing into game 1, the Yankees are currently, just to go through the actual numbers here, the Yankees are dogs in game 1. Toronto is minus 125. The Yankees are plus 105, give or take. Over-under is at 7.5. So I like the over in the game, and I like the Blue Jays. Gausman, I know, has been up and down against the Yankees, but I really do not trust Luis Gil at all. And Gil is definitely the weakest part of this rotation. The walks are a concern. I know he gave up back-to-back home runs against the Orioles in his last start of the regular season. He pitched fine overall, but the 2 home runs were not ideal. It's a really tough environment for Gil, whose command can go by the wayside very quickly. And Toronto's really good at working counts. Gil might walk 4 guys.
Yeah.
It wouldn't shock me if Toronto worked a bunch of counts. Gil makes a couple of really bad pitches, and suddenly you have the carousel going around, which is a bunch of guys on base and a bunch of runs. So I like the over 7.5 here in this game. I like Toronto in game 1, which would segue me into my potential play here for the series. Blue Jays win game 1, Yankees win series plus 340.
Yeah. I like that as well.
That's what I
like the Blue Jays as well. I mean, I see Nathan saying this is like Toronto. Yeah, it is. It's Toronto's best shot. They have to win this game, man. I mean, I know it's only game 1, but if you look at what's coming down the pipeline with Fried, Rodon, and Schlittler, like, you have to win this game, and you don't want to put any doubts in the first game for those fans, because I mean, who knows what they might. I mean, I'm sure they'll show up, but
they're going to show no matter what. But it's also the lack of recent playoff success.
Yeah. So you can't have any doubt creeping in early on.
The home crowd can kind of turn against you in a way.
Exactly.
If Toronto, who was the 1 seed, they won the division, they finally have expectations again. If they just lay an absolute egg in game 1. Even if they lose close, you could say, all right, that game didn't go our way. It's baseball. We'll move on. If they lose by multiple runs, the fan base might just think, here we go again. We're still the Yankees' little brother.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's still a psychological thing there. I think they show up for game 1.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah,
but if they don't, the series could be over quickly.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And, I mean, I like Gil more than you do, but I don't like him on the road.
I don't think he's bad. I just don't trust him in Toronto in his first postseason start.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like him in this spot. So spot wise, it's a great spot for Toronto. I mean, Yankees bullpen I mean, they were okay, but still, it's a big question mark.
Yeah.
Especially with the top of that lineup for Toronto. So. Toronto is going to be the play for me. I like that Toronto win game 1, Yankees win the series. I love that. If you can find the series price over 3.5 or 4.5 games, or if you want to just bet the series to 5 games, I think that should be a nice plus price as well.
Looking to what I could find here. For the Yankees series, over 4.5 plus 155.
Yeah, I like that. I think it'll go for. I think it'll be a competitive series throughout.
Yeah, there you go. Moving on, though, to the next series. You have the Dodgers taking on the Phillies. Dodgers beat a fake playoff team in the first round. The bullpen was still really bad, but it didn't matter because they just scored a bunch of runs, so nobody cares. But the Dodgers are favored in this series against the Phillies by not having home field. Minus 125. Phillies are plus 105. So I'll ask you, defending World Series champions, bullpen's a problem. Philly, of course, had a bye in the first round. A lot of injuries for the rotation. We know that Wheeler is out. You still have Sanchez, but it's dicey. I mean, Nola's not been good.
Yeah.
He was very good in his last start, or one of his last few starts, but overall he's been a mess all season. And you're looking at potentially a Walker Buehler appearance. We know that Ranger Suarez got hit in the hand, I believe, in his last start, or was the leg. Either way, though, he was a bit banged up, but Nola might have to pitch well. He was great against the Twins, a fake baseball team, in his last start. First of all, for the price, the Yankees were a massive favorite against Toronto, despite not having home field. The Dodgers are favored in the series. Do you agree with them being favored in general? And second of all, do you agree with this exact price?
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it because of the questions that you have with the Philly rotation that you talked about. I mean, having to potentially throw Buehler against the Dodgers
has been really good with the Phillies, but playoff baseball is a bit different.
Yeah, and I'll take his track record for overall, like this season versus the two.
Yeah, that's fine.
But like, yeah, I can understand it. And the Dodgers, I believe that if the Dodgers didn't show the offensive burst that they showed against Cincinnati, regardless of the opponent. I mean, I know it was Cincinnati, but regardless of the opponent, like if they didn't show that level of offensive
Philly
prowess,
would be favored in the series.
Yeah, I think Philly would be favored. And you got Philly was banged up as well. They're just kind of limped to the finish line. And if you look at their bullpen struggled last month to close as well. They were actually worse than the Dodgers bullpen down the stretch. So that says a lot. And we both know how bad the Dodgers bullpen can be. I mean, it was on full display in game one. So it's a lot of pressure.
And game two, Sheehan was terrible.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure on the top of that pitching rotation for Philadelphia. And we know, I mean, just simple as put, I mean, Philadelphia's not rose up and handled expectations as well. I mean, I know they're not favored in the series, but I mean, they're the one seed.
They choke a lot at home.
Yeah, they're elite at home in the regular season. So can they rise above against probably the best team in baseball and beat them? I got my questions about it because I don't trust their rotation.
In the playoffs, I've seen them choke at home a lot. I mean, those two losses to Arizona in the NLCS still live rent-free in my head. So, that was embarrassing. You lost both those games to Arizona. But
yeah, I mean,
we saw the Mets series last year.
I was just about to say that.
Citi Field.
I was just about to say that.
At home, of course, they're good. But, I mean, at the end of the day, the Phillies are a team that tend to fall short.
Yeah.
It's what they do. It is what it is. Dodgers won last year. I'm not a Dave Roberts fan, but I do think this roster is deeper than Phillies. I do love Sanchez as a pitcher. We'll mention game one in a second. But it's kind of like what we said about Toronto. Yes, they have a true ace in Sanchez. Toronto does not have that. But you're looking past game one, you're not sold by anybody in this pitching staff. And at least the Dodgers have three nasty starters, four, if you trust Ohtani's length, who's supposed to go game one.
Yeah,
you have Glass now, who's waiting in the wings.
I trust it.
You still have Snell. You still have Yamamoto. Sasaki's now their closer, who's going to try to help out, and he looks incredible.
How do you think he'll do?
I think he'll do well. His fastball is back over 100. He has a nasty off-speed pitch.
Yeah, he does.
At the end of the day, the talent was never in question. The problem was anxiety, and it seemed like he just wasn't ready to make the transition immediately.
Yeah, I think he'll be better next year.
Yeah, I didn't give up on him. But I think that what he did against the Reds in the first round was disgusting. I mean, nobody was close to hitting a pitch that he threw. So I think he'll be a good closer for them. Do I trust Trinan? And they better not throw Tanner Scott out there at any point.
Or do you trust Emmett?
I think he's more of a long relief guy when things get ugly. But no, I don't trust him. He was really bad in game two. Yeah. But the point is, I am going to go Dodgers. I think that if we're picking them to face off against the Yankees again in the World Series, with the Phillies having the bye, we had the exact outcome we expected because this was the only outcome the Dodgers had. They needed to beat the Phillies to win the World Series or to make the World Series. and we both have them getting there. Yeah. So I got the Dodgers in this one. I think they're the better team.
Yeah, I mean, that's for sure. I mean, a lot of the we're keeping the same pretty much story for the teams that we, are picking against. Their rotation is questionable.
Yeah.
And the Dodgers, I mean, they were playing basically 500 baseball for like 2.5, 3 months. And now
you could also argue, though, that since they have been around the block a few times, they won the division. At the end of the day, who cares? Like, they know playoff baseball, they can turn it up.
Yeah, they were getting healthy as well. Guys in and out of the lineup. And, I mean, they still have some things that they probably could, because Freddie Freeman didn't have a good series.
No.
Like, the bottom of their lineup was really good. I mean, we see Kike Hernandez turn into Mark McGwire. Like
Mookie was great.
Yeah.
Ohtani was a monster.
I mean, yeah. So, like, they just got so many ways that they can beat you.
Yeah.
It's just that bullpen is an issue, especially with Phillies with the Phillies lineup. But again, it's a lot of pressure on the top of that rotation. I mean, it's a lot of pressure on Suarez. It's a lot of pressure on him to deliver. And I mean, segue that into game one, like just kind of in the same vein as Toronto, like just a must win for you. I know you're going against Ohtani, but you can't give that fan. I mean, we know the Phillies fans, like they're going to show up, but it's like you got to win this one, man.
Especially for Sanchez, who's probably going to finish top 3 in Cy Young voting. Like, you kind of need this game.
Yeah, you got to win it. And, I mean, the Dodgers don't need any more confidence, but you're getting Ohtani in game one.
Which is a risky proposition, by the way.
I like it, though. I think he'll be fun.
I don't mind it, but once again, it's his first ever postseason pitching start.
He's an alien.
First ever postseason appearance pitching? He pitched
Did he pitch out of the bullpen? No, I don't think he came out of the bullpen last year.
No, not last year because he couldn't pitch. I'm wondering like a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah, I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
I'm going to check. I'm going to actually look that up. That might be the first time he's pitched in the postseason. So
yeah, Ohtani's an alien. I don't really. I won't.
He definitely is.
I wouldn't.
He's one of the most talented baseball players of all time. But I wanted to see if I could find anything for the postseason, but I don't know if I actually can. But either way, segueing into game one, Phillies favored. Same price as the Blue Jays are in game one. Laying about 120, 125. For the Dodgers, I see plus 106. See even money, though, in most spots. For the over-under, I see 7.5. So we know the Dodgers offense went crazy in the Reds matchup, but the Reds are bad at everything as far as I'm concerned. That was a 5.5. Now they're on the road. Dodgers not very good on the road this season. They were 41-40. Philly, though, 55-26 at home. Sanchez has been a demon. A 2.5 ERA, 1.94 ERA at home. So he's been really good in Citizens Bank. For his numbers against the Dodgers this season, really not good. 2 starts, 12 2/3, 5.68 ERA. So the Dodgers hit him pretty well, which can be a concern for if you're a Phillies fan because of that bullpen as well. For Ohtani, we know that pitching-wise, he was fine this season, had some injuries here or there, but for the most part was fine, 2.87 ERA. Against Philly this season, 5 innings, no runs. So not a long outing, but a good outing. I'll ask you for game one. We just said Philly needs it. Do they get it?
Yep, I think they do. I think they do. Similar. I mean, Nathan's spot on again, man. I think it's a carbon copy of what the Yankees and Toronto series is. It's a big opportunity that you have to seize. I know Ohtani is what we think he is, an alien. But again, I mean, first career start in the postseason. You're well rested. You got to win this game. So I think they will put a little bit of pressure on the Dodgers and kind of go from there. So I like the Phillies in this spot. I mean, I might do a Phillies-Toronto parlay.
Yeah, could be. But either way, I do think it's going to be a fun series nonetheless. I'm going Dodgers in game one. Sanchez's numbers against the Dodgers scare me. I was committed to going to the Sanchez, but ERA of 5.6 and change against this team this season, it could be a problem. Philly is still home run reliant, and if Ohtani can keep it in the ballpark, that could be a problem for this Phillies offense. Give me the Dodgers for this one. Moving on to the Tigers taking on the Mariners in the series that everyone is the least excited about. Just being honest, not even trying to sound like a hater. I think most people don't care. Now, for the series, biggest favorite you have. The Mariners are minus 165. Tigers are plus 140. You have Skubal and a bunch of other options you don't feel great about. For the Mariners, you have a bunch of great pitchers. You have Wu, who's been great. You can throw out Castillo if you want to. You have Gilbert. You have Kirby. You have a fan base that is dying for a winner at this point. I like Seattle. My main takeaway from the first round wildcard series wasn't the Tigers are good. My main takeaway was, damn, these teams suck. And the Tigers are slightly better than the Guardians. That was my main takeaway. They struck out a ton, left a bunch of guys on base, but they got the job done because they're more talented than Cleveland. They are not more talented than Seattle. I got Seattle minus 160 and change. I like the minus 1.5 games. I don't know which game Scooball is going to go, but Seattle minus 1.5 is available at about, I see plus 140. Sign me up. I do not think this Tigers team's very good.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this pretty short. Seattle should dominate this series. They should dominate this series. It should not be competitive at all. They've had success against Scooble in the regular season. I think he allowed 7 earned on 10 hits in 2 games. It was like
Skeens against the Brewers. Like one team owned them all season, and that so happened to be Seattle.
Yeah, and again, they're saying that he's likely to go like games 2 and 5.
Yeah.
I don't know if
short rest on 5.
Yeah, he's only went on 4 days rest once during the regular season, so that's not ideal. I mean, he may turn into Madison Bumgarner. He might turn into Mad Bum.
They need him to.
Yeah, but if he doesn't, it's over. Seattle should, if this series goes long, they should feel horrible about their situation with the way their offense has been doing, with that pitching rotation, with that home field advantage. Like, they should dominate this. They should dominate this game and this series. And if they don't, Seattle fans should be really, really concerned.
Yeah, my point is pretty simple here. I do think that a general rule of thumb for future postseason betting, just bet against the AL Central. So this division's horrible. Like they're really, really bad. I got nothing else to tell you. It's like the AFC South.
That's a good point. That's a good parallel.
You have the Colts. Like, who cares?
That's a good parallel.
Like, these teams aren't good. And yes, the Tigers won, and we know weird things can happen in baseball, and you might see an upset here or there. The Central is just such an underwhelming baseball division, and I think you'd agree watching the Tigers and the Guardians, these teams just didn't look like playoff teams. They got in. It was a fun series. I wasn't impressed at all by either team, and the Tigers were just slightly better.
Yeah, I mean, game 1, I was impressed. I mean, of course, you got to be impressed.
Well, Scooball's
yeah, of course, yeah. But and Gavin Williams was good too. But I mean, just overall, like.
But even with the Aces, I'm talking about just solely with the depth and the
lineups. I agree.
Detroit's offense, I know they exploded in game 3. They really didn't impress me.
Yeah.
The entire
2 runs
time.
2 runs to win the game for Seattle.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'll go with Seattle winning this one. It could be a sweep. I'll give them maybe one Scooball game. Yeah, but I like the minus 1.5 at plus 140.
Yeah, I'm going for the sweep.
So moving on to game 1 quickly, you have Seattle minus 220. Detroit is about plus 180. For the actual pitching, we don't know. Seattle's got a bunch of options. Detroit has really none, so we'll see what happens. But hopefully it's not Chris Paddock pitching for the Tigers. Just kidding. I'll ask you, though, because it's kind of Seattle run line or pass. I don't really like laying this number with Seattle, but he can get plus money if you go for the run line at plus 112. The total's at 7. I like the under. The Tigers can't hit. And Seattle, in that environment, in that ballpark, I know offensively they were decent this season. Still a pitcher-friendly ballpark. A lot of young faces making postseason, even debuts, or very limited playoff experience. I kind of like the under 7 in this game.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. I like the Seattle team total over. I think they show up in a massive way. They probably can score. They can win this game 5-1. To be honest, I think that's similar. I think that's similar to what happens. Obviously, we want to kind of know what's going on with the pitching. So it's hard to bet. Obviously, a blind number like 200, like blind. So. It would be run line or nothing for me because I think they win this.
Plus money is plus money. I can't.
Yeah, I think they win this pretty easily, regardless of who they're going to throw. I mean,
as long as it's not Scooball, you feel fine about it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So yeah, that's pretty cut and dry. I mean, this series is pretty cut and dry for me. It's not really a ton of analysis for it.
Once again, I don't think Detroit's good, so I'll die on that hill. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for all of the division round previews, and the actual. Game 1 previews. Time to move on into the lock and dog picks. Before we get into the lock and dog, reminder brought to you by our sponsor, Arctic Fantasy. You can play the fantasy pick'em entries for a chance to win 500 times your entry. Pick higher or lower on your favorite player stats. Available for a ton of different sports: baseball, basketball. You have tennis as well. Hockey starting later this week, so you can also do that for entries. Brand new offer for new customers though. Play just $5, get $100 bonus funds. Use promo code MLB SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. They're off to a great start in college football and the NFL. Rhythm has introduced a leaderboard with weekly cash prizes for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model that you build, and you can win $1K. They also have a nice promo deal with us. Use the promo code SGPN25 when you do download the Rhythm app, and you'll get a quarter off your first month. Download the Rhythm app. Once again, promo code SGPN25 for a quarter off your first month. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through all of the division round series previews and game ones taking place on Saturday. Now it's time for the lock and dog picks. Lonte will throw in a bonus play, lock and dog, and a series play. We'll throw in that as well. So for your lock and dog, what do you like?
Yeah, lock, I'm going to go with Toronto for all the reasons that we talked about and being in a good situation against Hill, who I don't really trust on the road. The walk issues is kind of concerning to me. I think the Blue Jays will be fired up for this one specifically, knowing in a must-win situation. I think Vlad will show up. Let's go with Toronto. Was it minus 125?
Yes. Best price I saw was Toronto minus 124.
Yeah. And I'm gonna lay the run and a half with Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee buries Chicago. Good spot for them. Yeah, I think
that's plus 150.
Yeah, I think Milwaukee buries them. So minus one and a half for Milwaukee for me.
All right.
And, my bad.
Oh, sorry, your series lock. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, so series lock. Let's go with the opposite of the same thing that you had, but let's go Phillies to win game one, Dodgers to win the series. That should be around the same price, like plus 3 something.
I can pull that up right now. So if you want to go for Philly to win game one, Dodgers to win the series, plus 350.
So yep, that's what I like.
All right. So for my lock, I'm going to go back to the Yankees and Blue Jays game. I know it's been a playoff full of under so far. I like the over at 7.5. Think the line's too short. I don't trust Gausman at all. He had mixed numbers against the Yankees. He got shelled in the biggest start of the season against a really bad Rays team. And the Yankees bats kind of got going there at the end of that Red Sox series. Graded bats as it went on. It's in a dome. Weather's not a factor. Heel might struggle. Gausman might struggle. I don't know if I feel good about either bullpen either. So give me the over 7.5 as my lock for game one. For the dog, I have so many options. Milwaukee run line I did like with you. Seattle I thought about as well, but I really don't know who's pitching. So it's a bit tricky. You know what? I think I am going to join you on Milwaukee, minus 1.5. I can turn down plus 150. It's just such a great price for a team that's been dominant at home. Peralta's been great. Whoever Chicago throws, I don't feel great about. They got by with a bunch of bullpen games. Boyd went less than 5 innings. Tyone went less than 5 innings. Bunch of bullpen usage. They could be exhausted for this game. Give me Milwaukee, minus the 1.5 with you at plus 150. For my series play, I think I'm just going to go with a double down. Milwaukee minus 125. I saw somebody mention earlier they saw a better price on FanDuel that Milwaukee was minus 116. It's so disrespectful. I understand Milwaukee historically has a recent history of choking. I'm not going to deny that. That's definitely true. But minus 116, they had the best record in the league. They won 97 games. The Cubs have, one starter who might return for game 5, who we don't even get to a game 5. And you're throwing out a bunch of options like Imanaga, who I don't think is very good. Boyd battled. He wasn't great in game 1. He survived. And even Tyone was good, but San Diego's a bunch of choke artists. I'm not going to read too much into it. Milwaukee's too cheap for being the 1 seed in the entire postseason. Minus 116 as the money line play for my series lock. Anyway, that is going to wrap it up. Actually, you know what? One more play, Lonte. What do you like for your home run pick for game 1?
Vladdy. I think Vladdy has to show up. It's a big.
He does own the Yankees.
Yeah, it's a big series for him.
I'm really disappointed though. I thought based on history you'd pick Springer because you always do.
Yeah. But watch him go deep now that I didn't pick him. But yeah, I think Vladdy has a good series, man. I really do, and he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to capitalize. That offense is in a lot of pressure on their offense because, I mean, they're gonna either have to outscore the Yankees or hope that their back end of their rotation can pitch really well. And that still might put him up against it. So, Vladdy to go yard tomorrow.
Yeah, so I thought about fading Gausman, but he's actually allowed no home runs in 4 straight starts, so I can't do that. Anybody that I'm tempted by on the Dodgers? I mean, it does involve fading Sanchez, which is never a fun idea.
I would go Freeman. I was thinking about Freeman.
I thought about it, but I might fade the Cubs instead. You know what? I'll take the leader. Give me Yelich for Milwaukee to go yard. I think it's a good matchup either way. It's going to be under basically a roof in Milwaukee, so I think it's a good spot. Give me Yelich to go yard in this one. Anyways, going to wrap it up for the show. Like, once again, tomorrow to get into the game twos. I'll be around. Lonte, I don't know what your schedule is, but we could probably do it tomorrow night. I can do it late by myself if we need to.
Yeah, I'll probably be. Yeah, as long as it's later on that evening, probably so.
Okay. Either way, point is we might be doing it before all the games go final, so keep that in mind, but we'll see. Okay. Either way, though, until next time, find me on Twitter, Rachel Radio. Find him on Twitter at XXX. Until next time, good luck to all of you and all of your bets. Bye, everyone.